The modern Japanese comic, more commonly known as manga, is one of the most popular medium amongst the people of Japan. Due to its broad range of categories, the medium is able to reach people of all ages and genders. Globalization creates the opportunities for different cultures to interact. One of the results of interaction is cultural hybridization, the blending of two or more different cultures. The phenomenon of cultural hybridization can be seen in numerous examples. One of such examples is the hybridization of manga and Western graphic novel. The popularity of manga is not exclusive in Japan. Due to globalization, manga was introduced to the United States in the late 70s. Its reception in North America was gradual at first, but rapidly became popular. The juggernaut industry of manga became increasingly lucrative. Sales grew a remarkable 350% from the $60 million in 2002 to $210 million in 2007 and did not begin to decline until the beginning of the recent economic downturn in late 2008. As manga became increasingly popular amongst the Western population, it has also become a new source of artistic inspiration. Artists adopted several different styles and techniques to make their work more engaging. The most obvious style mimicked was the disproportional human anatomy. The traditional style of Western mainstream graphic novels illustrates the scale of human features realistically. However, in manga, characters are often disproportionate in many of these features: larger eyes, less muscular physiques, and rounder faces. While art styles vary from artist to artist, many Western graphic novel artists have started to show styles that used to be manga exclusive. For example, Scott Ramsumar of VG Cats adapts manga elements such as deformed bodies and larger eyes to provide over-exaggeration, a hybridization of both Western and Japanese comic. Onomatopoeia, or words that imitate the source of sounds that they describe, were rarely used in early Western comics. In manga, however, the artists utilize onomatopoeia very extensively. This technique helps the artist to construct a more immersive scenery that elicits from the readers both visual and audio imagination. In this example, there are many places such as the gunfire, the clashing between metal and the bullet, and the splashing of water, where the use of onomatopoeia would create a more dynamic scene. Without the use of onomatopoeia, the scene almost seems silent. In contrast, Katsuhiro Otomo utilized many onomatopoeia in his famous manga, Akira. Explosion and clashing of objects provide opportunities for the artist to incorporate fonts that visually correspond to the quality of the sounds that the text make. This technique enriches the sequence both visually and orally. Western comic artists gradually realized the potential of onomatopoeia and began to adapt it. The change can be clearly seen in contemporary Western graphic novels such as X-Men Legacy. In terms of visual structures, traditional comic novel artists employ a four-tiered page layout. While this layout was reasonably easy to navigate through, it was not very dynamic and did not efficiently use the frames. However, manga does not follow this layout system. Manga artists treat their frames as if they were camera shots. This challenges the four-tiered page layout radically, as it constantly changes the environment and the arrangement of the panels to make it feel more dynamic. In Takehiko Inoue's Slam Dunk, each frame focused on the important moments of the basketball game. The placement and the shape of the frames enhance the intensity of the moment. Western comic artists later discovered the merits of such a technique and adapted it to create a cinematic feel for their panels. Michael Turner demonstrated similar techniques in his work Witchblade. The layout of his panel illustrated the spiritual and physical agony of the protagonist's transformation. There are still many things that Western comic artists can learn from Japanese manga artists, and likewise there are qualities to American graphic novels that a manga artist can pick up as well. The styles and techniques adopted by Western comic artists are sometimes noticeable at best, but they were able to use these techniques to enhance the audience experience. In this sense, the future of American visual language may not lie solely in improvements done on their side, but with the hybridization of both American and Japanese visual languages to create a better design overall. There are many things that can be adapted into American comics without removing the overall look and feel of the Western style.